Thanks for joining me on this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification icon. That way you don't miss out on any new content on the channel. And also be sure to follow me on these other social media platforms. Links are in the description below. All right, have and have not fans. Now this video might be a bit lengthy. We'll just have to wait and see. But what we're doing on this video is we're talking about the already released episode titles, not necessarily the synopsis. So basically I can only go off the titles of the upcoming episodes throughout the remainder of season 5, starting with episode 31, The Chosen. Technically it's episode 30 due to the fact the episode 3's a crowd is just gone from some reason. Keep in mind these titles come from IMDb. And we're just going to go, I believe episode 44 is the last episode of this current season. Keep in mind one more time, I am aware, keep in mind one more time, not meant to rhyme, but whatever. The show is returning October the 2nd with the episode Stronger Together. Then the following week, we're going to have The Black Man. And then we're starting with episode 31, The Chosen. So I have no clue how many episodes we're getting during the remainder of 2018. My guess is that we'll be concluding season 5 during the first portion of 2019, maybe sometime in March. So again, let's just focus on the episode titles, not necessarily when they're going to air, how long the season's going to last. So this is all just speculation based off the title. So I just want to have everyone keep that in mind. Now, starting with The Chosen, I'm going to say that episodes 31 and 32 kind of go hand in hand. Episode 31 is called The Chosen, while episode 32 is called The Committee. Now, I think that it is possible that these episodes really are going to be Charles focused due to the fact that he was just elected the next president of the United States. The Chosen could be referring to the fact that he was chosen. And secondly, you know, the fact that he chose Candace. So, I mean, at this point, now that he's won the election, it's pretty much a race against the clock to finally convince her to go with him before it's time to be sworn into the White House. Technically, I don't think that happens until the following spring, right? Like, they get elected in November, and then the actual, like, exchange of the presidents doesn't even occur until what, January or February. Like, look, I'm sorry, it is, I know I just ain't been thinking about that kind of stuff lately, but yeah, I would say that The Chosen is definitely a Charles based episode, and the same with 32, The Committee. Perhaps The Committee has to do with, you know, his cabinet, the people working on his team. That's really all I can think of. Like, I don't think it has, I mean, of course, the other characters like Hannah, Wyatt, and then will be in there, but I think that these two episodes will definitely be Charles based. So again, The Chosen, episode 31, and The Committee, episode 32. Episode 33 is called Exhausted. I feel like that could be used to describe so many people who are exhausted, tired, and weary. You know, Wyatt being exhausted, you know, kicking his addiction in jail because he definitely needs a hit. I mean, Hannah being exhausted, dealing with Candace's antics and everything in between. Not to mention Catherine, you know, dealing with Jim and all of his antics as well. Then Jeffrey, David dealing with Veronica. I feel like Exhausted is going to be one of those episodes where the title itself is one word, but it's going to encompass so many of the haves and the have-not characters. Then we get to episode 34, Speak Through It. I hope this is one of those episodes where we have certain characters in the same scene together and they're finally talking through the bull crap they've been through, either with each other or the fact that, you know, one person is speaking with another to get something off their chest just to have somebody to listen to. Once again, this could encompass so many people, whether it be Jeffrey and Justin talking through what they're going through, but I don't think Justin is ever going to get it through his thick skull. Candace and Hannah talking with each other, because remember in that trailer, Candace and Hannah will eventually be facing off with each other again. I doubt it has anything to do with Veronica, because just like Justin, she's not really going to listen to reason. So Speak Through It. I hope that's one of those episodes we get one of those good scenes with character development via conversation like we used to back in the earlier seasons. Episode 35, Battle for the Past. Could that be in relation to bringing things back to the way they were, talking about all the stuff? Oh, actually, going back to episode 34, possibly David speaking through his despair after losing Erica. I never thought of that. Battle for the Past. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Battle for the Past. I mean, could it be one of those things where characters talk about how things used to be, how they wish they can go back to the way they were before? Possibly. I mean, that's all I can think of on that one. 36, A Good Man. First of all I can think about is the Neo song from his new album, A Good Man, which is also the song playing in the Walmart commercial that Jeffrey and Nyla were in a few months ago. I feel like A Good Man possibly refers to Derek, maybe. And one can make the argument that episode 35, Battle for the Past, is finally getting the backstory on Derek, but then episode 36 is the flip side of things, where he's a good man now when he wasn't necessarily the person who was good back in the past. So episode 34, Speak Through It, could be Derek revealing his backstory. Episode 35, Battle for the Past, is pretty much also in relation to Hannah with her past to being raped. But then 36 is the conclusion of that mini arc in regards to Hannah accepting the fact that Derek is now a good man compared to who he used to be. Just speculation. It's funny how these titles kind of intertwine with each other when you actually write them out. And that's what I did. I actually wrote the titles out, trying to make some sense of them. Next up, we have episode 37, The Surgeon. Wow. Possibly David getting back or leg surgery, who knows, to fix up his wounds. Remember the possibility of Jeffrey throwing Veronica down some stairs. Maybe she needs a surgeon. And also A Good Man could be referring to Madison. Just throwing that out there. So that's episode 37, The Surgeon. I mean, well, look at the fact that the damn defibrillator referred to Veronica. The surgeon could be referring to her as well. I don't know. I'm just saying. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Surgeon. I don't think that Vinny Malone is going to need surgery. I think he's just going to have a scar because he actually sported it on Instagram. So the surgeon, I would say, is probably Harrington focused, and that's episode 37. Okay, now going on to episode 38, and this is a title that has me intrigued. Power Struggle. Kind of like Team of Rivals a while back. Definitely an episode I was looking forward to simply based off the title alone. Power Struggle. And I know I don't want to sound like a broken record, but again, so many possible combination of characters this could be referring to. Veronica. She's probably the first person that comes to mind when I think Power Struggle. Veronica. Justin trying to power over Jeffrey. What about the Malones? I mean, they're definitely a powerful force. Not to mention, on top of that, we have, Charles trying to, exert his power in order to get Candace to do what I mean, come on. Power Struggle, I would say, based off the titles alone, is maybe the most anticipated episode for me personally during the remainder of season 5, and that includes everything coming up next. Episode 39, From the 70s, could be relation to Power Struggle by bringing something up from the past. I doubt it, but I would hope that From the 70s is one of those episodes where we either get backstory on characters or a long-awaited flashback. Is From the 70s a possible reference to Veronica's mother showing up? Maybe from the 70s she dealt with something. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. It's a possibility. But yeah, that's all I got on that one. I really wish that they would do flashbacks. Episode 40. As far as I know, there is no title for that episode. So moving on to episode 41, Enough. Once again, one of those episodes where it could be referring to a lot of things. Enough. Wasn't that a Jennifer Lopez movie from back in the 90s where she had like an abusive relationship or something like that? My sister loved that movie to death. I never watched it. I was not a fan. But Mainly, that was one thing about like Titanic and whatnot, stuff that my sister played on repeat. I just never enjoyed, but I do have like the 6-disc set of Titanic, like the Blu-ray DVD. I got it on sale at FYE. But anyway, enough. I feel like, could that be Jeffrey finally lashing out on Justin? Enough. Could that be Wyatt kicking his addiction? I would hope so. For God's sake, give this guy a break. Enough. Benny and Hannah when it comes to dealing with Candace and her antics. Enough when David stands up to Veronica. Enough when Catherine is done with Jim once and for all. So many possibilities with that title. Episode 42, Morning. Let me tell you why I'm happy about Morning. This illustrates the possibility of an entire 24-hour day not being stretched out, because for all we know, episodes 37 through 41 could be at nighttime, but then we get to 42, morning. I have nothing to say on that. Could it mean a brand new day? Possibly. Morning. Fresh start to something new. We'll have to wait and see. But then we get to episode 43 called 15 Minutes. 15 minutes. 15 minutes can make the difference of something. I don't know. We could probably have somebody on a timetable here where they have 15 minutes to do something. That's all I got. And finally, we get to the finale, Out of Time, which is, I mean, that makes sense. 15 minutes, and then the next episode is called Out of Time. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty, I mean, until we get like an episode synopsis, I'm pretty drawing a blank here. But yeah, so once again, let's just go through the episode titles really quick. Episode 31, The Chosen. Episode 32, The Committee. Episode 33, Exhausted. Episode 34, Speak Through It. Episode 35, Battle for the Past. Episode 36, A Good Man. Episode 37, The Surgeon. Episode 38, Power Struggle. Episode 39, From the 70s. Episode 40, title has yet to be released. Episode 41, Enough. Episode 42, Morning. Episode 43, 15 minutes. And episode 44, Out of Time. So with that being said, folks, leave your comments in the comment section below on your particular thoughts on these episode titles. Based off how well this video does, I will probably do a live stream where I'll have, like, you know, the IMDb list of episodes pulled up on the screen. I'll have the webcam, you know, where I'll be in the corner, as well as the comment section. That way we can pretty much discuss things together as a unit. But yeah, let's see if this video can crack maybe 1,500 views in the matter of maybe 48 hours, and then we'll go from there. So thanks so much for tuning in. Check out IMDb. I'll put a link to the episode list in the description below. That way you can read through the episode titles yourself and maybe draw up some notes. That way when I do a live stream, you'll be able to chat me your thoughts. So thanks so much for tuning in, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful day.